Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah, okay. Anyways, hey buzzers, what's going on? Welcome to another awesome-licious episode of the Arrow After Show. We're so glad to have you here to discuss all the drama and action. So, make sure you join us and co-host the show with us. As always, all you have to do is find the hashtag ABTV Arrow and tweet at all of us so we can read all the awesome things that you are saying. So, with that said, I'm Alikona Bradford. You can find me at Boys and Beauty 01, and if you have not done it already, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Boys and Beauty with Alikona, because this week's hashtag Hottie of the Week is somebody on cast. Okay, let's get started with the after show. Starting with the gentleman to my right. What's your name and what's the secret password to host this show?
I was listening to Talking Heads. What?
Who are you and what's the password?
I'm Lex Michael. I don't know the password, so I'm gonna guess ricotta.
No, it's Oliver Queen is my puppy baby daddy.
That's the passphrase.
I don't care. That's the password.
But that is, I am Lex Michael all over social media at the Lex Michael.
Cool, and then we have a special guest host joining with us tonight.
Hey guys, I am Lacretia Lyon. If you know me from X-Files, Better Call Saul, whatever. But if you've never met me before, you probably don't know how to spell my name. It is Lacretialyon. And trust me, you can find me anywhere, because there's only one.
We have a show called Whatever.
Oh, what's that?
I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at Kiaxet, Kiaxet. I am checking the live chat. I am checking the hashtag. Send us all the fun things. And at some point, I will be reading your iTunes reviews because we have a few new ones, you guys.
Yay!
They like us.
Okay, so really I knew what I wanted to start this after show with, but since one of our Twitter follower hostesses has brought up a very awesome topic, I think I just want to start with her topic first. So at Billie Jean Girl 18, the first thing she says tonight is, do you think Damien Dark killed William's mom when he took him?
Yes.
Nope.
I hope so.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a mix of
Three very different answers.
I think we ran the entire gamut.
Start us off then.
Yeah.
Break the tie.
You know what? That didn't even occur to me in my mind. I think no. I think Damien Dark is so clever that somehow he manipulated her into thinking he was this awesome nanny of sorts. I don't know. I'm just going off the deep end, but I really do think he's great at manipulating.
He's
and
like an evil Mary Poppins.
Yeah, and he's just like, come step into my bag or whatever. I don't know, but I really think she honestly is like, oh, you babysit here, watch my kid. No, she's pretty protective. I don't know.
I think she's incapacitated, but I do not think she's dead because I think they would have made a point of showing us if she were dead.
Good point.
Well, and if she's not dead, he can also use her as leverage. But like I say, I mean, she's an expendable character, and they do love to kill people off, so.
Right.
Yeah, it's less really that I am convinced she is departed, but I don't see this character as necessarily having any other function besides being removed to up the ante a little bit. We don't know her, really. We've seen her, what, twice ever, maybe?
More than that.
2 or 3? Yeah.
Mostly crossovers and some change.
Yeah, crossovers, yeah.
But wait, did we know that Oliver was two-timing? I mean, we knew he was a two-timer, right? But did we know that he was two-timing Laurel with her at that moment when he conceived the child?
Oh, who wasn't he two-timing Laurel with?
Yeah, that's like his whole thing.
Sister, literally everyone else. Let's be real.
Spreading the joy, guys.
No, Oliver was a mess.
Yeah.
Now he's a different flavor of mess.
No, I would say
I like
he
that flavor.
probably cheated on Laurel with a good 76% of his constituents.
Oh.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that number.
Yeah,
Cool.
76.
Awesome. All right. Well, anyways, moving right along from that, we heard the constant theme of lies, 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 which should have been our theme song, by the way. But anyways, everybody in the mall
Suggest it.
I'm sorry. Anyways, but everybody brought up the fact that, you know, and this is like them just throwing in our face that something is going to explode, which we saw in the preview for next week. But everyone kept saying how perfect Oliver and Felicity were, and you guys are so lucky that, you don't lie to each other and this and that. And I'm like, oh, God.
I was really waiting for...
You're only as sick as the lies you tell, and you're looking pretty healthy right now. And I'm like, oh, no, that just means he's a really good liar.
Right.
But it was so heavy-handed in places that I was half expecting the characters to finish a line and look directly at the camera and smile. Like that line, like they say in AA, you're only as sick as the secrets you keep, and you're looking pretty healthy lately. Wink.
I feel like that was an issue with pretty much the whole episode. It felt like filler. It felt... I know Arrow's not usually one for filler, but boy, if we ever did filler for Arrow, this would be it. We had a few very good scenes. We had a few very good emotional beats, and Thea was the best thing ever in this episode. Oh my God. And I feel like we don't get the opportunity to say that enough. We had really good fight choreography.
Yes.
We had really good cinematography. Holy cow, some of those shots were amazing.
Sure, and it's because we had Bamford back directing.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
I swear, like the last... We're watching it, we're fast forwarding through the commercials, we're 45 minutes in, and I'm looking at it going, really? Because it feels like we're still in the first 15, 20. The whole episode felt like the first 15 or 20 minutes of another better episode.
Sure.
Yeah, it was all Act 1, and then we got a sliver of 4. And you're like, what is going on?
It was Act 1 and Stinger.
Yeah.
Oh, what an excellent transition. What about Phase 4? What is
5.
this?
Wasn't it 5?
No,
5.
they're talking about getting into 5, but they completed Phase 4 today.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we
Magic
still
Nazi corn.
do we have any idea what Hive's plan is at all yet?
No.
Okay.
We just know it has
Okay.
to do with hashtag Magic Nazi corn, and I will not let that go.
Well, because the more they talk about it and the further into the season they get, the more I'm becoming concerned that I missed something. And I don't think I did.
So wait, here's the thing. They didn't even know who was going to be in the grave. I feel like this season is a lot of throw things at the wall, see what sticks, and then make a Jackson Pollock out of it.
Well, and it's not even just not who's in the
Tell me
grave.
I'm wrong.
It's
You're
who
not
put
wrong.
who in the grave. I feel like they've
Exactly.
changed that because the kill him. It's like, is it Malcolm? Is it Damien? Is it the calculator? There's so many
it
possibilities,
Lance?
and I don't think they have any freaking clue who it is.
Oh, no. Well, I think at this point they have to have figured it out, but
Surely.
they sure didn't when they were like, someone gonna die. We're like, who could it be? Well, why are we theorizing when they don't even know?
Yeah, I would agree completely that this episode did feel considerably light on plot development. There were a handful of very strong moments, and there were also a handful of moments that made me go, huh?
Like what?
Well, for example, and maybe it wasn't, I don't know how much time this campaign manager actually spent digging the record of this checkup, but it feels like
Random.
if this is quite literally the life or death of your child that this secret is kept, I feel like they figured it out pretty easily.
Thea, though. It's Thea. She knows her brother.
But it wasn't Thea who found the check. The campaign manager found the check. And if that check exists at all on record, that's something that I think anybody who's looking for anything odd would notice.
Immediately investigate. And I mean, Thea put this together, and I adore her, but she's Thea.
Yeah, but
And
she knows him.
And
she's
but
her
the thing is,
father's daughter.
She put it together.
And quickly.
Yeah.
And very
it's
quickly.
your brother, though. It's your brother.
So-
You know your brother. You know his behavior's off. She was saying, even when they were in Central City, that something was weird.
But what I'm saying is, you have a check that's paid to someone that Oliver went to college with. She left after the check happened, and now she has a kid who's about that old.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't take a genius here, and you have a police officer, a private investigator, the villain of the everything, who's going to look at this and go, eeny, meeny, miny, that one. It's not difficult.
And even if you're not the Green Arrow, if you're running for public office, I would think that's something you would want to make sure was better hidden, because that is the type of thing that people would glom onto.
This is, yeah, you're right. This isn't even superhero stuff. This is your everything. I'm going back to Parks and Rec here. Your everything is going to be an open book. Will there be anything that will cause a scandal? Ta-da!
But didn't he start the
Child!
campaign before he knew about the child?
I think so, but
So-
still, he just, I mean, and Malcolm said it last week. He's pretty, but he's dumb.
Wait, hold on. Okay,
And
so
Malcolm's also a former Ra's al Ghul.
right. Well, that was to say.
Don't
Now
remind me.
Malcolm gave the gift right to Damien Dark as to William, but did he also give away the
Malcolm's
gift?
also on the council.
Yes. Yes.
Which
But what-
was another moment that made me go, huh.
There's
Because
a
Malcolm is
council.
no one's bitch. What's up his sleeve? Pun intended.
I will say, though, his reaction...
What is it?
His, oh, no.
I at
Oh my
least
God,
have
have
a
you seen his
two-armed
single
Malcolm
ladies
right
video?
here.
Have you seen John Barrowman's
Yeah.
single ladies video? It's
Yes.
amazing.
I'd imagine it looks a little different now.
I will say, as odd as it did feel to me, and it felt very odd to see Malcolm sitting at that table and being totally chill with it, his nonverbal reaction to Damien Dark Darth Vadering that one dude, amazing.
Just watching him like, well, that happened.
This is great. Yeah.
No, but
And
wait,
that was the best
hold,
moment in the
please.
episode.
Hold, please. What I want to know is, okay, so obviously he let out the birthday gift to Damien Dark, who William is, right? But why wouldn't he if he hasn't already said Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow? And if not, or if, because you have Ms. Adams running around here trying to destroy Oliver, but just having a separate conversation with the Green Arrow when they run into each other on the street. So I'm like, how have you guys not put that together?
Yet another story point that made me go, huh.
Oliver handed her that, and I'm so mad at him.
Yeah, hear that applause. It's enough to bring the house down. And also, I'm the Green Arrow. See you up there.
Like, I will go to great lengths for a pun, and if you guys watch my shows, you are aware of the. I mean, hell, if you were here last week,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are aware of this. The hand
puns.
so many. That no. I don't even have the words for how freaking angry I am at him over that one, because it's just like, no. She's a smart woman. That's beautiful wordplay, but you don't do that when you're trying to keep a secret identity from a smart woman.
Well, I start to think too, he tips his hand far enough to both of them about, as Oliver Queen, about knowing little bits of what's going on with them.
Stuff he
and
should not know.
Right. So now I'm starting to think, between that and the total lack of clarity about what their actual plan is, maybe they're very lax about their evil. They're mostly just winging it and having a good time, and they're not paying too much attention to the details.
And they're the cutest couple ever.
Yeah, they're really adorable.
Speaking of cute couples, let's just talk about Detective Lance and Mama Smoke, because I loved them this episode. I liked seeing the two different sides of Donna, because obviously we see that someone could easily stereotype her because she's so happy and so giddy, and she could come off as that blonde, if you will, and she's so sweet. But then you get to see her put her foot down and be like, no, you're full of BS, I can see right through you, and you know what, peace, homie.
Yeah, so
I love it.
I thought that was fantastic, even though, yeah, by the end of the episode with the two of them, we mostly ended up right back where we were at the start of the episode. I thought that was a great moment because, of course, she's been down that road in a very big, profound, and painful way. It would really be a betrayal of that character to see her just blindly go along with it again.
Right.
And she does not have a lot of book smarts. She doesn't have a high intelligence score, but her wisdom modifier is off the freaking charts.
Well, I just
Like,
love the
she
flip.
gets it.
Yes, so quickly, too, because she went in there, you know, hey, Boo Bear, let me, let's get sexy time. I'm sorry, what? You want to do what? And the flip emotionally was so quick that I was like, yes. I love that. I love watching that. And I love that she openly admitted to Felicity that, you know, the reason I'm doing this Momzilla stuff is because I'm living vicariously through you. And I felt like she had such a human moment when she said to her, because I know that I will never have that. And I feel like that's so relatable because there's so many people that walk through life that have moments in their life where they feel like, I will never have this or that and whatever.
I thought you were going to say because there's so many people living vicariously through Olicity.
That too. I mean, that too.
Guilty.
Am I the only one not? Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, living vicariously through a relationship that's built on some...
Well, and this is the other thing. So it shouldn't be as complicated as they're making it, this issue about who Oliver can trust with the existence of his son. But going back to the check, that's something that I guarantee somebody with Felicity's skill set could make disappear in 2 seconds if you tell Felicity.
But logic has been missing in the last 2 episodes.
This is the bad decision conga, keep in mind, and everyone is doing it.
It's like,
So-
do I understand to a degree the reason why in Oliver's mind he needs to keep this completely a secret, I guess. But when you're keeping it a secret from the other members of Team Arrow, one of whom you're engaged to marry, I feel like you can loosen the purse on that slightly.
I don't think he knows how to. I think he's got two
pathological.
categories. Secrets that no one must ever know, and, well, I can kind of tell people. Like, we just kind of keep bringing people in on the Green Arrow secret, but it's like, no one can know this, no one can know that, no one can know the other, and they have to take a crowbar and pry it out of him. This is, again, going back to trying to balance Oliver and Green Arrow, trying to find, and this is one of those aspects that he really has not figured out yet.
It's right, and it's like if Oliver was a civilian, this was not, the Green Arrow aspect was not a factor at all. If he was the guy that he was before the island, and a supervillain was threatening the life of his son, I would get completely, I can't tell anybody because I am in no way equipped to deal with this, nor is anyone around me. But being that he is the Green Arrow, and the people closest to him keep fairly large secrets on a fairly regular basis, if not maybe from each other, or at least not well.
You don't say.
I would think you could do that, and I would hope that he has the foresight, he doesn't, but he would have the foresight to go, this is going to save me so much agony later.
But this is Oliver.
Yeah, but really quick though, I was actually having this debate with somebody on Twitter. We were talking about, because he was getting upset with me because I kept on saying that he needs to tell Felicity, and for him he felt like Felicity doesn't know how to keep secrets, you tell no one, it's your child. I'm like, yeah, but you're marrying her and she has a right to know, and I think something like that she'll be able to keep her mouth shut.
Wait, what about Oliver Queen is the Green Arrow? I think she kept that one pretty well.
Right. Thank you. Really quickly though, I just
that one pretty well.
Really quickly though, I just want to tell our engineer, if you could please pull up the hashtag, that would be awesome, because Billie Jean girl just gave me a really awesome comment that I think is hilarious. She says, do you think the loss of his hand, we're talking about Malcolm, P.S., do you think the loss of his hand makes Malcolm more of a jerk and he needs a hook to look more evil?
Well, this outfit is very, you Captain Hook,
How awesome. We actually have
Dark Archer hanging out on this computer.
Let's go with the goatee. Let's just do the goatee too. Let's do the
He would look so good.
9 yards.
I so badly want John Barrowman to evilly twirl a mustache.
That would be the greatest
like
thing ever.
handlebar it up over here with a little oh my god.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen people do that in real life?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's the worst thing.
It's actually, it makes me feel uncomfortable when I see it.
Actual, like, mustache wax tips, it's the worst thing.
A little bit.
Ugh.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, no!
You lost
so,
me now.
mustache twirling is funny in cartoons, but I don't think John Barrow would. I think this with the goatee, and I think he could do that with the one hand he has left.
Sure.
But I don't think the mustache twirling's it. No, that is something that does not translate well from animation, you guys.
But it's also like, and this really has no bearing on anything in the immediate conversation, but yeah, how long until he puts something over the stump? Because I feel like
healing.
right. No.
He's got stitches.
I'm not saying why is he taking so long to put something over the stump? I'm saying like eventually that was odd. You're stroking my face with a fist, or the least effective punching ever. This is uncomfortable. You got like we get stump juice on people.
You just exfoliated
It's been
my
a long
wrist.
night, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying, eventually he's gonna put something there. So yeah, maybe a hook, maybe like a fun rhinestone hand, perhaps.
I'm looking Palmer Tech.
Yeah, be amazing.
Okay, Barrowman might do that. Merlin, not so much.
I would have said before tonight, Merlin would never throw in and sit at that table with the rest of them either. But there he is, chilling. So I'm going, you know what? Next week, maybe Rhinestone.
As I told you, he's
different
got
flavor.
something up that sleeve. You know, Malcolm is no one's
And we know
bitch.
what it ain't.
Yeah, but actually, Winter's Beauty made a good point that maybe Parker Young's character, the campaign manager, is working for him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I would love that.
I think we tossed that around when he started dating Thea because all of her boyfriends either go evil or die.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
And we've had one market exception, and that was pretending to die, and then being brainwashed into being evil. So he hit both. Yay!
Well, and then one or two has turned evil and then died, I think.
Yeah.
Quite a few. We had the DJ who was working with the League.
Yeah, evil and then dead.
You didn't expect a DJ to be evil. I mean, really? My dad.
I know a few that are pretty cool.
Well, let's talk about the demolition team a little bit. We haven't hit them yet. Wait!
What's
Before
that?
you say anything, really? Your weapon is a nail gun?
No, she had the best weapon of the three.
I mean, it was smart, don't get me wrong, but it reminded me of Home Alone, and after a while, watching her with this... I'm like, come on, man.
Have you ever seen injuries from a nail gun?
No, but I'm sure they're pretty nasty.
Terrifying.
They're really bad. Nail guns have a lot of force to them for a good reason. And so honestly, I think she had the best weapon. I think Sledgehammer Dude was the team heavy and he was showing off. I don't even remember what the other guy had.
Wait.
But she had the best weapon in terms of causing damage at range very quickly. Like, dang.
Did you guys notice? Okay, sorry. Speaking of all this and the Sledgehammer guy, when the Sledgehammer tried to... I'm just making his name up. He's Sledgehammer now. So when the Sledgehammer guy took a swing at Diggle and he was like, oh, you're not the only one with tricks. We had that force field. What is that? What?
Yeah, we just have a new dig power here.
Right,
Dig
and
power.
you're not going to explain it.
No.
She just has it.
Well, I think it's something that's in his coat because he touched the coat and it did that thing. So I
made a
think he's
sound.
got a weird bit of tech in there somewhere.
It did.
that
It
we
made a
haven't
technology
seen.
sound.
It came right the heck out of nowhere. But
Yes.
I would love to. I'm mad that we didn't get an explanation because usually we get some form of technobabble and we lay the foundation for that, and then we see them use it. So. I think I missed something. You're right. The same feeling.
we know that they talk to Cisco every couple of hours, apparently. We just don't see it.
All I can say is that piece of tech had better come back.
It would be
Otherwise,
really
it was
bizarre
a
if it-
one-off
yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah.
I will say, I love intensely that these DC TV shows on the CW are just giving us everything they can possibly think of from the comics. We've got a full King Shark episode of Flash next week.
So excited!
Rip Hunter, of all people, is leading an ensemble TV show, so I think it's...
Well, he's been a time traveler before.
Sure. But I think it's great, even though they didn't do a whole lot. Like, the Demolition crew here existed essentially so that the protagonist had something to punch every other act. But I love that, sure, why not? We're going to grab a super obscure, like, D-level team from the Green Lantern book in the 80s, and we're going to make them B, C, D-level team on our show.
I was
It's
going to
great.
say D-level is a pretty good rate. We have Brianna Jones in the chat saying, I don't know which villain of the week was worse, Demolition Team or Geomancer on Flash. I could care less about either. I think that Demo Team and Geomancer serve very different purposes because Geomancer, yeah, you needed someone to punch, but there was some actual character development around that with Jay and with just trying to figure things out. Here, it was nothing but we needed someone to punch. Ta-da.
Yeah,
There
and-
was no development around that. There was no anything new. Like, the best thing that we got out of that was the hotel coming down around Captain Lance.
I thought he was going to be done.
I thought that was extremely well shot.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah.
very well done. And then we introduced the actual characters and went at it, and it was just like, all right.
Is this just a literal demolition team?
So wait, no, at Vern's Views says nail gun scene from Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, yeah.
You
The
know,
one with
I'm
Diplomatic
not familiar.
Immunity.
Me neither.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 2 is awesome.
Yeah, it's like, that's... God, you know, it's hard to pick the best Lethal Weapon movie now.
It's fun.
And it also says, what if
It's the first one, but...
Yeah.
What if Malcolm Merlin's plan is to take over Hive?
I kind of think it will because...
Well, if I remember correctly, wasn't one of his mandates, wasn't whoever became the new Ra's al Ghul, wasn't part of their mandate to completely dismantle Hive?
No.
That is my
Now there's no Ra's al
favorite
Ghul.
theory.
Yeah.
That is, to me, the only logical reason he'd be sitting at that table.
Yeah, because I know he's not going to be Dark's bitch. Like, we know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell I love it because I just went up an octave.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense, though. Like, I'm used to being in charge of people. I want to do dance puppets. Well, crap, there goes that.
He can work one marionette.
That one.
Yeah.
And I also, just to end the topic of Malcolm Merlin, I am cyanide, and you reminded me how to say it, and I'm so sorry if I said it wrong.
Sinead? That doesn't look like
no,
cyanide.
No, she said it's like Kool-Aid, but not.
Sinead?
There you go.
Sinead?
Where did it go? Where'd she say? Oh, but she,
Spell it out
she-
phonetically.
Anyways, but she said, what if Malcolm Merlin bedazzled his stump?
I'm in.
Oh my yes, that would be amazing. Anyways, okay, back to the show. What did we talk about? So they had the blueprints. The demolition team had the Curtis is the one who figured out the blueprint was to the debate situation, that whole building to take all that down. And I thought it was hilarious that after all that happened, they still had the debate. Usually when there's a bomb threat, even if it's dismantled, it's like, you know, guys, let's go home and try this another day.
What I thought was even weirder is that we spent that much time building up to it and then skipped over the debate.
Yeah.
Right. That is. Yeah, I really wanted to see how
disappointed that
Oliver handled it.
Like, honestly, I would have loved to have had the demo crew part of this be the first 20 minutes of the episode, the bomb climax be the half-hour mark, and then give us the highlights of the debate. Show us what happened. Put some interesting character development in there. Put Lady Corncob trying to figure out whether or not he's the Arrow, asking very pointed questions. Just like, give us something. Give us something, because there is so much wordplay you could do with that and so much character development, but instead it's like, yay, he was the winner.
Yeah, and I love how it's like, how do we see him being the winner? Is this part of our plan? Because we all know Oliver's not as good with words as Mrs. Dark there.
He's damn good with words.
yeah.
He's just not good with politics.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is I want to see that side of him. I want to see how he handles the pressure, and I want to see what she has to offer on the table.
Yeah, it'd be more interesting to see that than blow up a bunch of buildings.
Yeah.
But then again, we had James Bamford. James? I don't know if that's the correct first name, but stunt coordinator directing this episode. And so it made sense that it would be fight heavy, really good choreography, really good camera. But I am very disappointed in the wasted opportunity that is this debate.
Well, yeah, and I would say when it comes to this whole mayoral race, not just where this specific episode is concerned, but in general, I feel like a lot has been made of it and they're not doing very much with it.
They really aren't.
Especially since this whole Stage 5 thing hinges on having control of the mayor's office.
Yes.
And it's Oliver Queen as Oliver Queen that is standing in their way as far as they know. Like, give us some of that side. We're trying to balance Oliver and the Arrow, and that's been part of last season and part of this season. Show us more of the Oliver side. Show us more of that balance. Show us more of the mayoral race that isn't interrupted by drones coming in. I mean, something.
And that's the thing. I'm trying to figure out, outside of very, very general bubbles. I'm gonna go with bubbles. Why not? Okay. Outside of the broad strokes of the storyline of this season, I'm not really sure what's going on. Again, this comes back to I have no clue what Hive's plan is. I have no clue how they plan to deal with the Green Arrow. I have no clue why they don't know that Oliver's the Green Arrow. I have no clue how they plan to deal with Oliver, even if he's not the Green Arrow.
Kidnap his kid. That's it. That's the plan.
I think you're right. Again, I've been watching Ruby. I've been thoroughly traumatized, etc. But Ruby's building up a thing where we're only just starting to get information in this season, and we're realizing, okay, our scope was this big, and it turns out that what's actually going on is so much bigger, and we didn't even have all the pieces yet. It's a puzzle that's being masterfully built on. Here, it's like we started with our scope is this big, and they want us to believe that we don't have all the pieces yet, and we saw the magic Nazi corn, and we saw this, but as our scope gets bigger and bigger, and there's less and less there, I think we're starting to realize that the pieces of the puzzle are not in place. It's like this I don't even know what animated movie this is from, but you've got the character standing on the front of the train, laying track as the train is going. I feel like that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and look, there has always been a certain soap opera quality to these shows.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's part of why people, myself included, get so emotionally invested in what ultimately, look, I mean, it's no secret, I love this stuff passionately, but a lot of it's incredibly goofy. I think what it is. But no, I'm saying I absolutely love it. But it is but it is the certain soap opera quality of it that gives it heart, that gives it emotional weight, that gets you invested in these characters beyond look at them fun stuff. And that's great. And they do it really well. This cast is phenomenal, and they play some of these moments amazingly. But it doesn't do a whole lot to move the story forward and to move these character arcs forward when we're hitting a lot of the same beats in a cycle for a season. And then we're seeing, again, I don't think there was necessarily any new emotional ground covered tonight, except for arguably Mama Smoke going, I don't know how I want to handle my relationship. But again, like I said, we're back where we started by the end.
I think we had wow, my brain just kind of went,
Yeah.
did we have words? We had words today. It's great. It was less development. Okay. We had some development for Mama Smoke, but it's nothing that we haven't seen Felicity go through. So it's interesting to see her do it, but it's not like we've never seen it before. For Thea, I think we had more of a reminder that she used to be a juvenile delinquent, and she's like,
that was like so funny.
Fantastic moment.
so great. I learned how to do this in high school. Like, thank you. And a reminder that she knows her brother, and she's a heck of a lot smarter than we as a fandom tend to give her credit for.
She's her father's
because
daughter.
we've seen her be a juvenile delinquent and a druggie and brainwashed and God knows what else. We haven't seen a lot of Thea getting to shine as Thea without dealing with the after effects of her poor decisions or someone else's poor decisions.
That was some of the stuff I liked the most tonight, was the stuff between Oliver and Thea, specifically because it's refreshing to me to see Thea get to be Thea, not dealing with being voodooed and the bloodlust and I'm going to die because of magic and all of that. They get to go back to interacting with each other like siblings, which was really nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, Thea was the best character in tonight's episode, and it was so good to see her, like you say, not with the bloodlust and everything, actually go back to the old Thea, which to me, Thea's always been much more like the comic version of Roy Harper with the drug problem and the juvenile delinquency and stuff like that. So, like, this is really showing she is Speedy.
Yes.
As long as we don't have the whole China Cat arc, I am okay. Because, boy, was that a train wreck. Comics, ladies and gentlemen.
Comics, man.
Okay, so really quick,
You're like, I'm out of this.
I'm gonna poo on this parade a lot.
Oh no.
Wow, I've never heard that said before.
I don't want to on my
Honestly,
parade.
I'm not.
Well, because I want to bring up the flashback. And the flashback
let's do it.
is one of those things where you either really love the flashback, you don't understand the flashback, or you hate the flashback. And for tonight's episode, it's like, it's okay, and I'm still trying to figure out, because seasons past, a lot of times it paralleled the show so much that you're going, oh, this lesson that Oliver learned on the island directly applies to today's episode.
Sure.
A lot of times this season, I'm going, where is this going to make sense? I'm hoping at the end, when is the end? What's the end point and story? And so tonight, the only thing we really got from the flashback is Conklin's finally dead, hoorah, and that Ryder's going to kill everybody. Okay, that's not really much of a surprise.
Right.
So, yeah.
But in the present, they talked about banking records.
Yes! It's totally makes sense. Thank you for clearing it up.
Totally connected.
Well, what I got from it, for one, we talked about this issue before, that the flashbacks have had maybe an hour's worth of content over this entire season. And so there's not a lot of parallelism because they're just not covering much time. And what I got from it was sometimes you have to be a monster to kill the monsters, that he's getting that advice and that he's struggling right now with, I'm going to have to kill him, what do? And that was our climax of last season, and that it's obviously something he still hasn't dealt with.
Sure.
Well, and as you see with the flash forwards to the grave, I mean, it's this finality of when he gets in the car with Felicity, like, kill him. Like, you know, he's probably, like, wrestling with that. And so this was actually the first time the flashback this season actually made a little bit of sense. But, yeah, I think they're writing them as they go along, which might be why. But, yeah, I think this one actually really tied to that as well as this episode.
This is another spot where I feel like maybe I missed a step. It does feel a little bit to me in the brief glimpses we got of Tiana tonight in the flashbacks that she did a total 180.
Yeah.
Yes, all of a sudden she's defending him. She's
Now, granted, look, I don't know what happened if this is a very condensed time frame, maybe it was only an hour and a half, 2 hours between the last time we saw her in the flashbacks and when we see her now, and maybe in those 2 hours she got over her brother being dead. I feel like it doesn't work that way, so it just felt like a little bit of a jump.
Unless, well, she said it was their only hope to be free. So at this point, maybe she's just banking on the fact that she wants to leave and he's the only way out.
There had to be enough time for Oliver to recover from being tortured, enough to move large chunks of cement. So we might have had a time skip. We just don't know.
Sure, which is fine, and I agree, Alikona, if that's the logic, that makes sense. She wouldn't be wrong, but I'm going, what made you do that, other than the script said you do that?
I feel like there's something last episode that I just don't
and
remember.
it's totally possible that I'm spacing on something.
Chat, hashtag, help us out.
Hashtag help.
Help me. Please.
It's just, God, watching, it's Ryder, right? That's the guy's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just keep losing it for some reason. Watching him go was fun and interesting tonight because we don't usually have little heart-to-hearts with him.
Sure.
And so getting that conversation was fun. And I will say the Destiny spiel weirded me out, but again, I watch Ruby, and him saying, do you believe in destiny? That was someone's last words in the Ruby season finale, and so I'm kind of like, I am officially not okay, and it has almost nothing to do with what's going on the screen right now. Thank you for making that context even more horrifying.
No, but wait, he said that he believed that Oliver has provided him with the passage. You have the passage from the gods.
From the gods. Because he gave him the map and the magic dream rock.
And Oliver keeps on saying, yeah, but not intentionally. Like, you took this from me. That was an accident. This happened. Well, yes, but you keep giving it to me, so I'm just going to keep you around. All your mistakes are benefiting me, so...
Just quit killing my guy. I did, like, there's more than one way to be alive, or there's various states of alive, or whatever
And
it
it's
was.
like, what, dude? What?
No, that's super creepy because that has some awful implications.
That's true. But we know that he's been tortured a lot, so for him, he's like, okay.
Yeah, tortured but not delimbed. I mean, I know that doesn't happen, but it would have been a possibility had we not known the future.
Right.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, well, people at home, make sure you're tweeting at us so that way we know if there's anything I've left out. There is slightly a delay in our hashtag, so if you want, you can tweet me directly at boysandbeauty01.
There is one thing that they want us to mention, and that is the terrific name drop.
Yes!
Amazing.
Thank you. Oh my god, I didn't... That's totally... I'm so sorry.
That, I think, was my favorite moment of the episode tonight.
Beautiful.
I loved it, and I loved that he had been working so long on this technology, and his whole thing was... I mean, it may not work, but the idea is that you'll be walking so you can walk down the aisle.
That's really cute.
I don't know how I feel about the idea of surprise, we're fixing paralysis. Like,
I like it.
But it also, it's one more thing she has in common with Barbara Gordon now, because in the New 52, she became unparalyzed through, if I'm not mistaken, the use of a similar bionic implant technology. But
I thought in the New 52 they just erased her backstory as Oracle to begin with and went straight back to Batgirl.
well, she was paralyzed for a while.
And that's why it's so annoying that they didn't call her Oracle. At this point, it's just like, she's Oracle. I mean, but we're going to give her a different name. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So close.
I'm just annoyed at the fact that we had representation and then now we're going to fix it. Like, thanks.
Yeah, there is. I agree with you. There is that aspect to it. Another aspect to it is they've fixed death in this universe.
Yeah,
so I feel like
legs.
once you fix death, you can fix the person's lower half, I would think.
But they fixed that with magic. They fixed that with weird stuff. And this is like, here's the technology to make it work. All right.
But to be fair, most of the technology on this show and on all three of these shows is basically magic.
I'm still trying to parse out my feelings on that one. And,
Sure.
Given that I'm able-bodied, I'm not exactly the person to speak about it. I'm still just trying to figure out where I stand on that.
Yeah, I thought it would have lasted longer.
Because it was such a defining character moment, and then it's like, lol, surprise, never mind.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know how long it will take him to get it to work either.
Or if it will work.
Yeah,
exactly,
that's true.
exactly. Because it could be this big, huge hope that completely crashes and tanks.
But he's Mr. Terrific, so...
Either way. All right, guys, I think it is time to start wrapping up the show and getting into some of our news and gossip. Yay!
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so today, of course, I have fun pictures and videos, so whichever pulls up first is where we will go. And, pictures seem to be what's coming up first.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you really can buy this shirt online, but I thought it was really awesome. It's a picture of James? Wow. John Barrowman. It says, in the world of, I can't read.
The world can be a dark place, light it up.
There you
that
go.
I love
really
that.
looks fan-made.
Yes, but it needs a little glitter. definitely
Of
needs
course.
a little bit of glitter and
Like
maybe
like
even
a bedazzled
unicorn.
hand.
Yes, bedazzled stump. Yes.
Or I love people keep referencing the Deadpool stump.
the weird little baby
Little
hand.
baby hand.
All right, so let's go to our
Spoilers.
next picture. Okay, so y'all know that John has been working on this backstory-ish, I guess you could say, of Malcolm Merlyn with the comic book. What I did not realize, and I'm sure some of you fans knew, I'm just late on this, is that him and his sister are the ones that are developing this comic book. And I thought,
Yeah, his sister's an author.
well,
She's a
yeah, that I
published
know.
author.
That I know. I just didn't realize that they were. I thought he was working partnering with somebody else. I didn't realize it was with her, and he was writing the actual content. So I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like I said, a little slow. And then I pulled up how funny. I didn't realize you were going to be bringing in.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that's the same exact picture that I'm showing you guys right now. So you have the picture version, you have the live version.
Yeah.
This was under the category of strange things you can find on Amazon, and it's a John Barrowman pillow.
That would look so good on my red couch.
Yes, amazing. It almost looks like a picture from the 80s, like an album from the 80s.
Like Robert Downey Jr.'s like album. That's
you go.
exactly what that cover looks
There
like.
you go. So sorry, you guys, if you're on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening. Apologize that you're missing our pictures.
That pillow is so seductive. It's actually making me a little nervous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Secrets that I'm learning about you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into our videos. This is my favorite part. Again, all about John Barrowman. So, this
he's the
first
best.
video is actually they're singing You've Lost That Loving Feeling. It's him and Stephen Amell. And if we get to see a little bit of it, there's a bit of Katie Cassidy to the far corner. She's a little tipsy. There she slightly is.
Oh man. Oh, she is not a little tipsy.
She's got a microphone. She is swaying.
She is not a little anything. She is very everything she is.
I'm like, I hope they kiss at the end like they normally do.
No. All right, let's go to our next video. You can watch the rest of this online, look it up. But I just thought it was funny because you just see her in the corner just swaying, having a great time. Now this video, hold please before you push play. Hilarious. This is a TBT courtesy of me and YouTube, and you know that John Barrowman has done tons of musicals. This is from his early days, and I think it was from a news channel that him and somebody else did, and he's doing Grease.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
This is amazing. Let's hit play.
Oh my god, that hair.
was this? The 90s? Early 2000s.
Barman
Wait,
has
wait,
hockey hair.
Wait for it.
Gotta be the 90s.
Get down on those
Who
knees.
is
Awesome.
this man?
What? Okay, we can stop. Anyways, wait, and I think I put in the email to fast forward to another time slot. Wait, okay, so they do this whole thing, right? And then out of nowhere, just a bunch of people with microphones come walking in. They're not really singing background, but they start doing the hand jive.
What?
wow.
It is Grease.
Yeah, but it was just so random. See, wait, here we
What?
go.
What is this?
See?
I wonder if that was planned. It's like they chased them out of there.
Yeah, you know what? These are the people you keep for the credits.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
So-
and that one's Marty McFly.
So I'm going, in a world where, yes, they had to go to another dimension to do it, but where they found a way to give Jesse L. Martin a musical number on The Flash,
wow. Yeah.
Can we please find any way possible, bend over backwards as many times as you have to give Barrowman a number on Arrow somewhere?
That would be amazing.
I get so mad because Arrow's so insistent on being dark, and I'm like, Steven and John have the most beautiful chemistry there is. Let them sing a number.
I wish we could have a little bit of Earth too with that, to be completely honest.
Yeah, Arrow should go to Earth too, just so we can get the fun time for one episode.
Yeah.
Just Uno.
Just once.
Un.
Un. Okay, so
Un
let's,
fun.
Let's
We
get,
have iTunes
oh,
reviews.
Oh, please do.
Oh,
Do
we like-
give us
we like those.
reviews.
We like
We
those.
adore you, lovely human beings. So, for those of you who haven't heard this spiel before, and where have you been? If that's the case, welcome to your very first after show. iTunes is kind of what keeps us going. You leave reviews on iTunes, you rate us 5 stars, you say, yes, I really like these people talking about this superhero show, and our bosses see it, and our producers see it, and they go, well, maybe we should continue to have these people talk about this superhero show. And it also does help us book guests, because they look at the reviews and go, oh, hey, maybe we should do this. This will be great. So thank you. To those of you who have left reviews, we absolutely adore you for it. And we read them on the air because, you know, we love you guys and you deserve to be recognized.
True.
So,
Read it.
we have 5 out of 5 salmon ladders
Hey.
by moviepoopshoot.com.
That's a Kevin Smith reference.
I know. I was like, Jade Silent Bob.
Out of all of the AfterBuzz TV Arrow after shows, this one's the best.
Thank you.
All right.
We're the best one of one. I think they meant to say out of all the AfterBuzz TV after shows. Otherwise, they were very specific.
Well, you know what? In this case, then they're definitely correct. Right?
The best Arrow after show
On
AfterBuzz
AfterBuzz
TV.
TV.
For sure. You're right. I agree. Thank you.
And we have Amazing by Blue Arrow. I've been listening for a while now, and I love the show. I look forward to it almost as much as Arrow itself. I don't have a lot of friends that are into the same things as me, so your show is just as good as hanging out with some good friends.
Aww.
Y'all keep doing what you're doing, and I hope the show never ends. Here's to 56 seasons of Arrow.
That is amazing
That
and
is many
also
seasons.
terrifying. 56 seasons.
That is
I love
many seasons of Arrow.
That is so many seasons of bad decisions.
You guys, leave a review, get a shout out on the show. And it seriously helps us out. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yay, thank you. Okay, let's predict some stuff.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
And the light show's even green. All right.
Okay, so the Darks.
Who's in the grave?
The Darks don't have a plan. They're trolling everybody.
I was gonna say, I predict that they're gonna do the hand jive, but Malcolm Merlin's gonna feel so left out because
Maybe that's the entire plan: is they do the hand jive and they chase everyone out of the city that way, while the credits roll over it.
With the huge microphone stand. Like, holy cow.
Just giving the writers ideas. They're like, oh, that's how we do it.
Right?
And then magic Nazi corn somehow.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like the idea of Merlin being out to take over Hive. Like, I lost my organization, I want this one. And we did see in the trailer, you know, kid's been kidnapped, may or may not actually understand that he's been kidnapped, and Oliver is kind of losing his mind over it. And who's that? My son. Lol, what? So it'll, you know, that's they're finally making good on that. They laid that one a while ago, so we're seeing them bring it up, and I don't know. It's gonna be a train wreck.
In theory, we cannot end next week's episode in the same place we started it.
Very true.
Well, you'd hope not.
Unless they
because
call Barry and they
things
say,
will be
Barry, time travel. Come on, dude.
We did
Please.
it once before,
You think
and
maybe
Oliver
that'll
still
undo
didn't
what
listen.
happened at the end of Flash?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I need you to stand like 5 feet forward.
Just like that. No, come here. Just come here.
Just come on.
Jay, do you want a cookie? Here's a cookie. Come here.
Come here,
Oh.
predictions, guys.
Oh.
Boo.
Predictions.
But also,
Vixen.
Vixen, yes.
Yes.
How cool is that?
I
And
predict
it's
that I
Hyde's
will-
sister.
I predict that I will spend a good amount of the next episode just screaming in glee whenever she's on screen. She makes me happy, guys. She's
Yeah.
great.
I gotta read one last Twitter comment just because I
Do
think it's
it.
funny. At Vern's View says, I want Malcolm to sing, he's got the whole world.
Hand puns.
Oh, give that man a
Can we just get Barrowman to do a cover album of hand-related songs?
Yeah,
would
like
be amazing.
One Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette.
Hands by Jewel.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm done. I don't even think I have any good predictions. Yeah, I'm good. Are we good? Are you good, Lacretia?
I'm just super
Special
excited
guest?
for Vixen.
I think that's super cool, and like I really liked it. It is a little bit goofy, but I loved the line in the promo where this random criminal's yelling, "Come out and fight me like a man," and she says, "How about I fight you like a woman?" Is really good.
Yeah, I know.
Whereas like a woman, yeah, that is cool.
Like, yes.
yeah, more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much more of that. Series regular, please and thank you.
Yeah,
Her
great.
own series, and then also this one.
I want more funny costumes on this show.
Yeah, they need to
Done
lighten it
and
up.
done.
She is,
Yeah.
she
Easy.
is a fashion designer.
Yeah.
She made that sucker herself.
Yeah, more of that.
Yes.
All right, guys.
rhinestone hand.
Thank y'all so much for joining us in the hashtag and co-hosting with us this evening. For those of you who are watching on delayed time, make sure you watch us on time next time. I'm Alikona Bradford. You can find me at Boys and Beauty 01, and don't forget to subscribe to Boys and Beauty with Alikona on YouTube. Hashtagging Hottie of the Week with the name of the dude you like, and maybe I'll do an episode on him. But this Sunday there will be one on an Arrow character, and you don't want to miss that. Boom.
That's quite a tease. Quite a tease.
Quite a tease.
All right, I'm Lex Michael, all over social media. At the Lex Michael. I'm intrigued and terrified because I'm still picturing the Barrowman pillow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Well, I'm intrigued by picturing the Barrowman pillow, and I now have to hit Amazon. But yeah, if you can spell my name, it's LACRETIALYON. Find me anywhere since there's only one.
I really don't want that pillow in my house. My cat would destroy it.
I'm the only weirdo.
Yeah, I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at KiaXet. That's KIAXET. I'm also on Snapchat at Kia Prime. I have so many shows. The Ruby season finale after show is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. We have Miles and Carry On, and we're going to have some conversations. And Robots in Disguise is back. Stay tuned. We will give you more information on that.
Awesome sauce, guys. Okay, we will see you next week. Don't forget to join us then. Mwah. Until then, good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.